This tutorial will explain how to use a sonar sensor on RobotC. So this is a sonar sensor program, and let's take a look at it from the top. Any program that uses a sensor is going to have this number sign pragma config line to start, and the first part of this says we're going to use a sensor. S3 means you must remember to plug in your sonar sensor for this program on port number 3. Sonar is the name of the sensor that we're using. Remember, this could actually change. We could have said Son or Sona or Sonar or anything, but whatever we name it here, it must also be named the same thing down here. Those things must correspond. Let's go back and leave it at Sonar. Notice, by the way, that opened up my motor and sensor setup window, and when I changed the name at the top, it changed in the window as well. I'm going to say OK, but let's go back and make it something more understandable. Sonar, which means that down here must be the same. And this is telling it specifically what kind of sensor we're using, and again, it is a sensor sonar. So these two things are a little bit redundant, but this one, sonar, must correspond to what's written down in the program. So let's see how this works. Task main with the open and closed parentheses indicates that this is the whole program. While true is a loop that's going to do what's in between that bracket and this bracket again and again and again, as long as this is true, which it's always going to be true, so it's an infinite loop. It's going to do it again and again and again forever. And we have set up an if-else condition. So this says that if the sensor value of the sonar sensor is less than 50, then motor B is going to turn on at half power. The way the sonar works, it sends out a sound wave, and it can determine, based on how long it takes for the sound wave to get back to the sensor, how far away objects are. So the larger this number, the further things would need to be away from the sensor before it would detect them. So this says if anything gets closer than 50 units away, then motor B is going to turn on forward. Else, in other words, if this nothing is closer to the sonar sensor than 50, whatever's in between these brackets is going to occur, and in this case, motor B is going to go the other direction. So sonar detects how far away objects are, and if I say less than 50, then I'm saying when objects get closer than whatever 50 units away is. And that can actually differ depending on the sensor and the object and things like that. It's not perfectly precise, but what is true is that the smaller this number, the closer things would have to be before this command would take effect. And if that's not true, it's going to do whatever is in the else condition. So that's the sonar sensor.